good morning on day 7. I'm actually pretty tired now, and I decided to take a day off and stay in Warsaw for 2 days on foot. So no motorcycle riding. Just had a quick breakfast, and I'm gonna take taxi to the center. Alright, so museum number 1 closed. Let's try the next one. Alright, so I learned from my mistake and decided to call the next museum in advance. So they said they have reservation blocks, and I reserved a block for now. And this one is from 1932.
Yeah.
The oldest one you have.
Yeah. This one is our oldest machine with flippers. Because those machines are pinball, right? But in Europe we call them also flipper.
Ah, cool.
Flipper.
And what year is this one?
This is from 1960.
1960.
Yeah, we call them flipper because, as you can see, there was a huge sign in 50s and 60s. Buttons on
But
the
what
side.
does this have? I thought all pinballs have flippers. How can you play the...
Okay, I will turn on the rest of the machine and then...
From 1960s is actually pretty interesting. The guy was explaining that it's all mechanical, so there are no microcontrollers inside.
there are transistors.
Transistors?
Yeah, I just said that.
Mechanical transistors, right? Yeah, so no microcontroller, but mechanical transistors. So that's how the first, second, third, and fourth players work, which is really, really cool. So, alright, I'm ready. No? Okay. Not a very good player. No.
Can I pull that?
Alright, you have player 4 now? Or?
I'm not sure what's happening.
Yeah, player 4. Okay, try to get at least 150. So this one's from 1932. Alright, so the ball is there. Pulling it. Let's try to get 1,000. No? No? Nothing? We can get nothing as well. Right, next ball out. Come on. Come on, come closer. Ball. You know, what's cool in this is that in the beginning, so the pinball from 1932 was rather simple. So what you could do is you could only pull one handle. Let me see. Okay, so you could pull one handle and see where the ball basically landed, and that's all there was to it. In the 1960s, the flippers came about. So there was some interactivity. You got the buttons on the side, so you could actually interact with the game itself. And funny enough, let me show you. Funny enough, over time, and here you can see that this is probably 1960s as well. 1970 Milan. And then at one point they got more rubberized, so they have this rubber thing. And I'm not sure if it's me, but even the flippers themselves got more interactive. In the beginning it was kind of hard to play the 1960s one, but these ones over here are easier to play. I'm not sure, like you hit the ball and it just flies more, and it's easier to play in general. That these pinballs over here, after like 1970s, started having smaller mini games within the big game. Like you see the targets over there. The older ones didn't have them. Again, targets over here, over there. So they became more and more complex. But what's interesting, in the beginning, the pinballs had many flippers. So not just, you know, 2 regular flippers, but more flippers. And then, from what I understood, came about a Polish guy who said, no, the pinball games should have 2 flippers only. And only later they had only these 2 flippers. And then, you know, eventually they started adding more and more stuff, more flippers again, more mini games. So after riding in the arcade game, I understood that riding in real life is easier than in the arcade. Again, so it looks like starting from the 1990s, they had even more complex things, you know, different kinds of handles over here. So these are the pinball games that we know nowadays. Wow, Terminator. I want to do this one.
Judgment Day.
Judgment Day. Oh no, 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 no. Alright, so that was the Pinball Museum. Tons of arcade history. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go back to the hotel. I have some things to do for work that I'll tell you about later. And I'm gonna start planning the trip for tomorrow. Alright, good morning. This is day 8 of my trip. Today we're going south to Krakow. We have 2 salt mines to visit, and perhaps the ruins of another castle. And we have around 300 kilometers, which would be 3.5–4 hours ahead of us. So it's gonna be a long trip. I'm gonna go have breakfast, and I'll see you on the road. Alright, so we've arrived. So extremely unfortunate. Looks like they have only tours, and they only had 1 or 2 today. But it's a real pity. Alright, so I really wanted to visit this Bochnia salt mine, so I decided to take a hotel here and stay overnight here in this city. And tomorrow we'll have both Bochnia salt mine and Velicka salt mine. I'm not sure about the pronunciation. I need to check on that. Both will have tours in Polish, so I will understand nothing. But you know, I think it's worth it. It's supposed to be really, really cool. All right, hello. I am at the hotel. Day 8 proved to be quite uneventful, but tomorrow looks very promising because I have booked both tours at both the mines. Let's meet tomorrow morning, go discover the places.